For many quarters, companies have been holding back on investing in Capex, but not anymore, it seems. Companies in the infrastructure and cement space say they are seeing a pickup in demand, indicating an uptick in economic activity. But while some brokerage firms like JP Morgan agree, data aggregator CMIE cautions that all is not well with the Indian business environment. CNBC TV 18's Alexander Mathew gets you that story.
Road projects like this one might finally be heading in the right direction. With the government set to spend a staggering 2.18 trillion rupees on infrastructure in FY17, the sector feels the worst may be behind it.
Stuck projects, we are, at least in terms of roads, we are talking less on stuck projects now. Most of the projects have come out which were earlier stuck.
This has stoked optimism that after months of stagnation, India's Capex cycle may be inching towards an upswing.
If we look at some of the early indicators for corporate Capex, such as truck sales, they're now turning around and look very encouraging. The PMIs, which are still a relatively low number, at least are moving up. We're looking at the first 2 months of cement sales plus 10%. So I think there's a degree of momentum building in some of the leading indicators of Capex, and we have a decline in real interest rates for the industrial sector, and that looks very encouraging.
Cement manufacturers agree. They say demand is picking up in markets in North India, and that should help companies revive Capex plans that had been put on ice.
If you look at January onwards, we've seen uptick in volumes. Prices have moved in line with demand pickup.
But a report by CMIE says this optimism may be a little premature. The report says the ratio of stalled projects in terms of value has risen to 12.3% of total projects under implementation in FY16 against around 5% in FY11.
So if you look at new investment announcements and stalled projects, the two of them combined together give a story which indicates that the current economic environment is not good enough for investors to come out and say, okay, we want to set up more projects. The reason is that the stalled projects are not getting stalled because of any specific reason. They're getting stalled more because economic conditions are not good enough, the business environment is not good.
So it's more than likely that any green shoots visible are more the exception than the norm, unless, of course, something drastic happens that kickstarts a broad-based economic recovery. In Mumbai, Alexander Mathew.